Quite a number of singers have come to me complaining about one pain or another in their voices, in their throats, and in their vocal systems while singing. Now, pain is not supposed to be a part of the singing process. If you're feeling pain while singing, there's a problem somewhere and you're probably doing something wrong. Now, today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips that will help you avoid pain while singing and also help you deal with vocal strain. And that's what's coming up. Hey, Vocal Wonder, I'm back again this Wednesday with some tips for singing, voice, vocal health, and everything that has to do with using your voice to make music. Now, it's been a while since we saw each other, and I'm back, you're back, we are back, and better, and that's what's important. I know it's been a very eventful 2020 for many of us, and it's been quite a strange year. But just know that we have a couple of months to go and you can still achieve all your singing goals and all your musical goals for the year. You just have to work twice or maybe even 3 times as hard. And one of the reasons I'm here is to help you achieve these singing goals the best way I can. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about vocal strain. I'm also going to be talking about pain, feeling pain while singing. Now, this is something that shouldn't be happening. And like I mentioned earlier, if it's happening, there's something wrong and you're probably doing something wrong. So I'm going to be sharing with you why this happens and how to prevent it from happening. And in this video, I'm also going to be sharing some tips with you that will help you prevent pain. And I'll also be sharing with you some things that you need to do every time before you sing in order to avoid building up that vocal strain that makes singing quite difficult. So watch the video till the very end to gather all these tips and to learn how to avoid pain and strain while singing. First of all, I'm going to be talking about some of the causes of this pain that you feel while singing. I'm going to say this again. You're not supposed to feel pain while singing. It's a natural process. It's not supposed to be a painful experience. Now, if you're feeling pain, you're doing something wrong, or something is going wrong with your singing mechanism. Maybe there's pain, there's inflammation, there's an infection somewhere, and we'll talk about that later. But if there is pain, there's something wrong somewhere. Singing should be easy. It's natural. All right. Now, one of the causes of this pain is poor vocal technique. An example of poor vocal technique is poor vocal placement. Now, what do I mean by vocal placement? Vocal placement has to do with the direction and the focus of your voice in terms of how it's being amplified, how it's being perceived on the outside. Where does it seem to be or sound to be coming through? Now, the mask is like the loudspeaker of the voice. The mask is the nasal area, the nose area, and the mouth area. This area I'm circling right now, that's what is called the mask. And that is where your voice is supposed to be heard as coming out through on the outside. And then the positioning and the use of your resonators and the role that your resonators play in the process of singing, how you place them, how you direct the tone of your voice to the nasal sound, to the chest sound, and so on and so forth. That also, speaks about vocal placement. Okay, now to have a poor voice placement, sometimes it happens like that when one tries to sound a certain way that is not natural. So you're trying to maneuver and manipulate your resonators, trying to close them up, trying to tighten and create tension by yourself and trying to sound a certain way. And then in the process, you are sounding the way you want to sound, but at the same time, you're creating an unnatural feeling, an unnatural situation in your singing mechanism. And so your voice is going to be like, what's going on here? And you're going to start feeling pain. If you're losing your voice and feeling tired, fatigued, you're feeling a sore throat after singing, there's a problem somewhere and you're probably doing something wrong. So voice placement, your voice should be heard as coming out through your mask, and then your resonator should be free and open. Another reason you may be experiencing pain while singing is a couple of bad habits that you've picked up over the years as a singer. There are things like singing with bad or poor breath support. you don't take in enough breath, sufficient breath in between phrases, you're singing a song and then there's no breath point for you. You're supposed to take in breath in between phrases so that you have enough breath to see you through a particular section of a song. Now, when you don't do this, your vocal cords are being forced to vibrate. And when you force your vocal cords to vibrate without breath, you begin to feel pain, because that's not the natural process. That's not the natural way it should happen. Another bad habit that I see in a lot of singers that could be causing the pain that you feel while singing is trying to reach for notes that are beyond your natural vocal range. Now, trying to force yourself to sing very high notes and making it seem like if you don't sing those notes, then you don't have a performance is a problem, because you are trying to do something that your voice is naturally not ready to do. The process of extending your vocal range is something that should happen under supervision, professional supervision. You need a voice coach to guide you through that. The process of extending your range and reaching for those very high notes is something that you need to learn and take time to accomplish. It's not something you should force. It's not something that comes by force. I've heard people say to me that you just need to push your voice and force it and make sure that note comes out. Now, when you do that, your voice is going to tell you that you're making a mistake. Another cause of the pain that you feel while singing is singing when your voice actually needs to rest. If you decide to keep using your instrument at a time when it's supposed to be at rest, when it's supposed to be healing from inflammation or an infection, or maybe just fatigue, you're tired, your body is tired, because the vocal cords, remember, are tissue, they're muscles. So, and the entire vocal mechanism comprises muscles and organs and all that, and these things get tired. Okay, so when your voice is tired, or when you have an inflammation, when the vocal cords are swollen, inflamed a little bit from maybe speaking too much or from having a long singing session, you need to rest your voice. All right? Now, the biggest artists in the world, the biggest touring artists in the world that, do probably 10 shows a day, what they do after every day is rest. They sleep. They don't even speak. They don't even speak because they need to save their voices for the next performance. Because the best way that your voice heals from inflammation and all that, from use of the voice, is by actually resting the voice. Your voice heals faster when you rest. So if you decide not to rest and you decide to sing on top of a voice that needs to rest, then you're going to experience pain and probably get yourself into some more trouble. Another cause of the pain that you experience while singing, I'm going to mention in this video, is underlying health challenges. Now, if you're having health challenges that relate to your singing mechanism, your vocal cords, your lungs, your muscles, and you may not know about these problems, but you have realized that whenever you sing or whenever you try to speak, you feel pain. Now, the first thing you need to do is reach out to a doctor and ensure that it's not something more serious than you think. So that could be a cause of pain while singing. It's important for me to mention vocal strain in this video because that's one of the things that will actually bring about this pain while singing. Okay, now if your voice feels strained, if your voice feels tense even before you start singing, then you need to release this tension before you begin the singing process. Because if you decide to sing with the tension, you're going to feel pain, you're going to feel uncomfortable, and there's a problem. So one of the ways that you can release this tension is, I like to say this, and I'm going to keep saying it because it's the truth, and it's very helpful. Always warm up your voice before singing. Doing vocal warm-ups before every singing engagement is going to be of great service to you. Before your recordings, before your performances, before your public speeches, before everything that you're going to use your voice to do, you need to warm up your voice. Do your warm-up exercises and use the ones that I've given to you for free. You can find them on my website, akurios.com/giveaways, and you can download them and use them every single day or at least 5 times in a week. Do your warm-up exercises before every single performance, and you're going to release tension. Now, what is vocal tension? The muscles involved in the singing process, your throat muscles, your vocal cords, even your tongue. Your tongue is a muscle. The base of the tongue is situated at a point in an area that is very critical to your singing process and to the functioning of your vocal cords and your voice box. That is why the tongue is very important. So you need to relax your tongue. Sometimes you need to do an exercise to relax your tongue. Make sure there's no stiffness, there's no strain, there's no tension, there's, comfort before you actually begin to sing. So you just stretch out your tongue, move it up, down, left, right, roll it around, and make sure there's no stiffness and there's no heaviness at the base of your tongue and the voice box area. All right. And also, this exercise is one of the best things that happen to the voice. One of the best things that has happened to singing for anyone who is familiar with it. And the exercise is the lip trill. The lip trill is going to free your voice of tension. It's going to free your voice of every kind of stress and discomfort and uncomfortable feeling that is not health related that you may have before a singing engagement. So the simple lip trill that you already know. Make sure you access your entire vocal range from the lowest note to the highest note, and you just keep doing that to free up every tension in your singing mechanism, and that helps a lot. I'm going to leave you here with this thought. If singing feels uncomfortable, stop. If it feels uncomfortable while you're singing, stop. If you're beginning to feel pain while singing, stop. Stop singing and find the cause of the pain. Find the cause of the discomfort so that you can address it before things get bad. So if you found this helpful, go ahead and tap the like button, give me a thumbs up right there. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe and tap the notification bell so that you're notified when there's new content on this channel. So till next time, I'll see you next week, and I'm out.